welcome back to Halloween House. So after our last video about the Artesian wells in Gary, Indiana, we were told that several other wells in northwestern Indiana, and most were confirmed to be no longer in service.
One of the wells that we were told about was a bit of a mystery. So you can probably guess that we had to go on an adventure and find it and find out its history. The well was said to be found in Beverly Shores or the Indiana Dunes near Lake Michigan.
So we did have some clues to its location. We narrowed it down to the area we believed it was in and explored for a few hours. We knew it had to be close, and after consulting some local experts or elders, we found that we had been circling it the entire time, and we were less than a quarter mile from it. And word is that it hasn't worked or flowed in about a year or two.
Written on the pipe is 1930 to 2019, which would make it 4 years since the well had last flowed, according to whoever had the marker. Since we had so little information about the well and its history, we started digging through documents to get some more information. This is an interesting area, and we wanted to know as much as possible and share it.
We started searching for property information from the time around the 1930s due to the note on the well. That date turned out to be way off. So we wanted to know who was the well named after, since it has always been referenced to as the Blair Artesian well.
So our research took us all the way back into the 1800s. The first inhabitants of the area were the Potawatomi Indians. Sadly, in 1838, they were driven from the land. A Michigan City banker merchant named Chauncey Blair bought much of the land at auction.
There were 3 Blair brothers, Chauncey Blair, Lyman Blair, and William Blair. Chauncey bought and sold government land for profit in Wisconsin, Indiana, and Michigan, and he generally looked for locations near roads, canals, and railroads.
So 2 of the brothers, Chauncey and Lyman, were in the meat packing business before and during the Civil War. They dealt in beef, pork, and fish. Blair built a mansion in Michigan City with beautiful velvet, satin, and lace furnishings, which just had to be incredible for the time. It later became the Fairview Hotel.
And Lyman had a grain business in Michigan City. The brothers had the largest warehouse in the state and built the first pier on Lake Michigan.
William went to Chicago in 1842 and founded the city's largest wholesale hardware dealership. Lyman went to Chicago in 1851, and Chauncey followed his brothers to Chicago in 1861. He ended up getting into banking and was very successful.
After the Great Chicago Fire in 1871, the families opened their homes to help victims who were now homeless, and Chauncey sold his Northwest Indiana interests to the Eastern Indiana Company in 1901.
Due to the prominence of the brothers in Northwest Indiana and also Chicago, it seems likely that the well was named for them. According to some of the documents we were able to find, the well was actually sunk in about 1875 to a depth of 858 feet. The mineral water came from a vein in the Niagara limestone below.
There are some clues that a bathhouse and a sanatorium were built after the well was finished, and guests did benefit from the use of the water.
Locals also say that homes used to be near the well. There is a short area next to the well that could be remains of a driveway, but currently everything around it is swamp, so we really couldn't find any evidence of the bathhouse or homes, unfortunately. So it's very wet around the well here, and actually it appears that the water is flowing away from the well. So this looks like a good spot where I can actually get the cup in the water. I want to see how clear this water is because we're in the middle of a swamp. Look at that.
That well is running.
I think so. I really think that this artesian well still has maybe a little oomph left in it.
That is absolutely clear water.
Yeah.
Motorhead! Go ahead.
So, since the water is clear, got something in my bag of tricks. We're going to give it a try. Who knows if it'll do anything. But we're going to see if we can get this well to work. Because you never know. So, let's go ahead and see what happens. Well, all the way down, that's 20 feet. It's not showing any resistance. I was kind of curious if maybe this was clogged with rust from 100 years of running, but I don't think we hit anything in the 20 feet, but who knows? Maybe we can talk to the dunes who own this. All right, so since it didn't give any resistance, I really think that it's something further down, or maybe it needs to be re-drilled. So we're going to talk to the Indiana Dunes and see what they think.
But the fact that there is clearly water running away from the well, and that water is very clear, we do not think the well is a total goner just yet. There is hope for the well.
Yep.